go. Alright, I've been trying to improve the reviews because I realized in the past I don't give a too good of a review and sometimes that leads to confusing start. So, okay. Last episode, you guys had been traveling a little bit away from Wyvern Tor. You guys decided to travel a little extra, trying to make it to Phandalin, but you got lost. You rolled horribly on survival and got lost, which took a little longer time. So by the time you got to Phandalin, you noticed there was an attack on Phandalin. You guys decided to pull back, make camp outside, and check it out in the morning. Val went ahead and snuck around inside just to see what was going on. She saw that it had been attacked and came and gave the rest of you guys a report. In the morning, everybody kind of moseyed into town. Falco repaid Lady Gallia the money that was owed.
Now that we're trying to play.
She questioned why you guys had encountered the Wyvern and not dealt with them, and also made you promise to inform Neverwinter of the situation that was going on.
Made us.
Yes, you volunteered the services of a good night. Phil visited Aragon at the blacksmith and got some ignits. Falco again stopped at Sister Guerrilla on the way back out and donated some gold to her for the cause of the town. Val, right after, visited Sister Guerrilla and inquired about her beliefs. She was interested in following Tamora. Ryder went to Stonehill Inn for breakfast. She was very forward in finding out about food, and then found out the roof had collapsed on the inn. Shortly thereafter, the rest of the group came in, got food. Phil donated a bunch of meat, and everybody, I think it was Ember, started a trend of throwing salt over his shoulder. Falco summoned his warhorse for the travel to come towards Neverwinter. Belmer found a dead mouse on the way to Neverwinter in his pouch, which ensued a friendly fight between Whisper and Belmer, of which Whisper got the worst of the brunt. Those are Val's.
After all of
think.
that.
Or someone's. I don't know.
Here's Alice.
People are leaving their stuff, so I just leave it there.
Oh.
The group proceeded.
Let's say they lost it.
I don't know who sat over here last time.
We'll figure it out later after
The
the review.
group pressed through exhaustion to get to Neverwinter and camped up in the Shit and Shave Inn again, just like good old times where you guys first met. Anarion tried to climb up the roof and failed twice. on
It
her
was
face.
badly.
Yes. Val interacted a little bit with some patrons there in the inn and learned of a tournament, a 3-on-3 tournament on the island.
It's
Alright.
3-on-3.
Falco cast his own of truth on the area, just does some getting around and was able to get some information about a guy named Zim. Ember went to the South Beach to get some fresh air. Val asked Jake about the Flumery shop. Ryder became quiet and disappeared, and then Anarion, or most of the rest of the group, went to Eleanor's bow, of which Phil disguised himself right before, very smart, and entered behind. Of which, so Val was able to steal and left the premises with a box, and then Phil and Anarion proceeded to this quid pro quo of action where Phil was using his disguise to try and steal stuff. He failed stealing the boots, and then failed
That's the one thing I wanted to.
failed stealing the gems, and then tried to use Anarion as a distraction to steal again.
Just flat out right steal.
Yep.
No, I knew.
So you
It went so poorly.
That
so
went south
you
real quick.
you ended up pushing Anarion into
How rude.
into her.
Into what's her face with the face?
Wait, it's
Forgetting
here.
your name. Anyway,
Farron.
fair, yeah, from so many nudes sometimes.
That-
So many nudes.
Nudes.
No.
Nudes. Yes, lots of nudes.
There's so many nudes.
Yeah.
What's behind there?
Never mind, I don't want to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why the screen's there.
Not wearing
Right.
pants.
That's why there's a privacy screen.
It's a DM thing.
Is the DM wearing pants?
Sometimes there's no
Who knows?
I always wondered until Matt Mercer actually stands up
Yeah.
to like move something.
I think it's the other guy you gotta worry about.
Ronan.
It's like those news anchors who are behind the desk. Like sometimes they're just dressed up from this.
Yeah.
Gentle.
Okay, so
Gym shorts.
to break it down a little bit, you ended up pushing. You failed twice on a skill attempt. You ended up pushing Narion into her. That worked because she was not contested. However, with physical contact, your delusion shifted a little bit. So that was noticed, and then you tried to grab some gems and just bolt. So I need you to make an intelligence. No. And so as you were running, she pointed and yelled at you, thief. So now you need to. Are you gonna stop, or are you going? I need a decision from you. If you're
Why
gonna
the hell did
stop.
I stop?
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm laying it out. Are you going to continue to run out and with the gems in your hand, or are you going to stop?
I feel like this is a trap.
Well, yeah.
No, it's a choice. That's all I'm doing.
I'm not stopping.
Okay, so as you continue to run out of the shop, I need you to make an intelligence save. Roll for me.
Come on, guys, don't fail me.
Like last week.
No, that isn't. Is it?
3.
Oh, okay, that was a 1. Okay.
No.
Maybe you should
Plus
stop
what?
using that dice because that's what we killed you last time too.
It's a 4 minus 1.
It's a,
Hello, D&D.
you have a minus what?
I have a minus 1.
That's why when you said intelligence, he was like,
Oh man. Okay, so I
Wait,
did not.
did she cast something or something?
No,
here?
I'll explain. I didn't look anything up, so this is something that has been in place since the first time you guys entered the shop. So I don't want anybody to think I set anybody up.
Did she yell thief though? Because I specifically remember her saying
I think-
guards.
No, well, no, I'm pretty sure he said.
Oh, guards. So guards. Sorry.
either way.
Yes. So, as you leave the store, you seize up, and you collapse to the ground. She comes running up behind you. I don't know. You can tell me what you're doing. You're in the store. She runs up to her. Do you think that was going to be that easy? You're just kind of on the ground, seizing.
Sister, your security system, you pass. Would you like to buy insurance?
She kind of kneels down next to you, kind of taps you on the forehead, and says, "You have 3 choices. You can give me the gems back and leave, or I can take them from you by cutting off your hand, or whenever the guards show up, they can take you to jail, and I'll get them then."
Oh, those are good choices.
Well, you drove a hard bargain. I'm assuming I can't move my mouth either.
Barely.
I'll say, I mean, you're seized up. You can kind of talk like you're talking now. Yeah.
You drive a hard bargain, lady.
Oh, by the way, your disguise is like gone now.
Oh,
So,
son of a bitch.
so if you read your stuff, physical contact,
For minor illusions.
for minor illusions.
Hold on, let me. It wasn't minor illusion. It was
That's
disguise.
not minor illusion, but what you cast.
Oh.
I looked up what you cast. So when you do physical contact,
Hold on, let me
and when
find that part.
someone looks at you and inspects you for it.
It's because he pushed me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when you pushed her, it allows kind of a phase of it.
It doesn't say any physical contact makes it wonky. It just says it doesn't hold up to physical inspection. Like if she came up to me and like tried to touch me, she would realize her hand passes through or something, or that something doesn't hold up.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
It says, let's see, let me find it again. The changes wrought by this spell fail to hold up to physical inspection. For example, if you use the spell to add a hat to your outfit, objects pass through the hat. And I didn't add anything weird to me other than I changed my
Clothes, though.
outfit. I
Yeah.
changed my outfit to look more fancy, and I changed my physical appearance to look like a human, like a short human.
Okay.
You're not gonna work
Well,
with
she,
us. That's a bad idea.
she's physically inspecting you now by tapping your forehead.
Well, damn. Okay. So
So she can now kind of
Well-
can see that you're Phil.
So the wording of it is kind of iffy because it doesn't say the spell fails. It just says it fails to hold up to it. Like you can see that it's and specifically the example it gives is that things pass through your illusion, but it's not like the illusion dispels.
Kind of like she doesn't see who you are, but she
Right,
knows
but
that
she
you
can see
have a
that
disguise on.
this is false.
Okay.
Like
That's
she's
legit.
aware of the disguise, but she might not be able to
Yeah,
see it.
I'll,
Right.
I'll roll with that. Since
Okay. Well, yeah, that's clearly she's got the better of me here.
let me read it real quick. What did you cast?
Here, disguise self.
In the ice maker.
The second paragraph is where it talks about.
If you use a spell to appear suddenly, the hand of someone who reaches out to touch you would bump into you while it was seemingly still in midair.
Yeah, so it doesn't go away. It's just like it's very obvious to them that this
That
is
something
illusion.
is okay.
So
Okay,
that
gotcha.
makes, that
So
makes sense if you were
you
like
don't
pretending to, like,
revert
a big-
in her sight back to Phil. She can just see that something is not right.
Yeah, like if she
Okay.
touches
Cool.
my skin, it shimmers or something.
Okay, awesome clarification.
Because I didn't like make myself like double the size or something, so
Yeah.
she passes through. It's,
The illusion doesn't go away. It just it's obvious that something is
Yeah,
not.
it's
okay,
fake.
which saves your ass because she doesn't know you. Okay, so she is still up in your face. You have you are still this character that you have created. She has given you three choices.
You're just a hard
Tapping
I
your
was
forehead.
clearly just testing your security, and you clearly know what you're doing here. So, I mean, I was
It's been
intending to
magical
leave it
shop
the whole
for
time.
Generations, son. Do you think we would not have a security system? For you
I figured you.
poser illusion.
I figured you probably would. My intention was to give it to you the whole time. If you would reach in my hand,
For your gold?
free my hand that you will not let me
She was
move.
kind of like
I will gladly give you your items
untwist-
back.
untwists and lets the jewel drop back in her hand. I will assume you have learned your lesson this time.
Very, very much so. I will no longer proceed to try and sell you security insurance. You seem to have it well underway.
And I would suggest
I will gladly
you shop
depart your premises.
somewhere else, sir. Good day.
Good
And
day,
she just
madam.
walks back, and you. And about 30 seconds, 45 seconds later.
Meanwhile, the
it
whole time, the
drops.
whole 30 seconds, I'm like
Yeah.
looking awkwardly at
You're just by
everybody.
yourself in the street, unless wait, Anarion.
Wait, I thought she snagged me on my way before I got out the door.
No, as you hit the door, you seized up.
Oh, so I'm like on the stairs, like.
Yeah.
You want to?
Hi.
So there's no stairs. It's just like out into the street.
Gotcha.
So as you like try to exit the door,
So like right in the door.
I accidentally.
Hello.
yeah. So
And then from behind, I go, "Oh, you got him!"
Now I have a potion of
okay.
What a dirty douchebag.
Yeah, with the dirty
Yeah,
thing,
so she comes back
with
after.
the fancy clothes.
I don't know if you're watching or wherever the conversation, but she kind of
Maybe trying to get
finishes up with him, turns around, comes back. Now we can conclude our business.
Yes, we can.
Now
That
we're
was
done with this riffraff.
that was awesome.
Yes. So technically, Whisper and Belmere are still in the shop. Val left, and I think
Whisper
you
and
didn't
Belmere
go
was
with them,
with us.
did you? Yeah.
No.
So Belmere and Whisper are still in the shop. You are still in the shop. She does not know you guys are. Well, she knows you and Whisper and Belmere probably
Yes.
group.
Yeah.
But he came in late in disguise.
Yes.
So that saved all your business.
He did
The episode in which Phil learns a lesson.
the episode.
Philly's very bitter humble pie.
So Phil's seizure comes to a stop, and everybody's just quiet. Like the street came to a stop for him just watching this, and then just they go right back.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. I just stand up and kind of. You can't blame a man for trying. And just kind of straight away.
Awesome.
Just out of curiosity, how many did I was able to snag?
You did. Oh, you grabbed two.
Well,
You
then
had two in your hand, yeah.
Damn it, that would have been so great.
That would be.
Sure.
I mean,
Well, all things considered, that's about as good as it could have
I
before
would've-
being caught.
We were all like jailbreak.
I would have been really happy for you if you would have passed that role, but I would have been crapping. I mean,
There's no way. As soon as you said intelligence, I was like, I should just give up now. Maybe I'll roll that 20.
yeah.
Because I have a negative modifier for
Yeah.
intelligence.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it's a magic store. That's
Which
been
is
there
the
for
exact reason I
generations.
asked for an intelligence boosting ring.
Yeah, exactly.
I would just like to say that you are a beautiful woman with beautiful hair, and that
She
you
just
are
steps back in.
very smart, and you got him.
She's just going off this little high of beating this guy.
I have not had
Steps back
something
in.
that's exciting happen in my life for like 100 years. You are amazing.
Well, yes. Well, we get riffraff in here all the time, but they think this is just some joke store.
Oh.
Like we haven't been here in forever.
Oh.
See, this was secretly my plan the whole time. I was just upping the reputation
yeah.
for everybody else by contrast.
Yes. So now you're gonna get half the price.
I mean, it was a win-win. Either I pilfer or I up the reputation.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so now that riff-raff weirdness is
yes. How can I help you, dear?
I was
And the rest of you.
so
So you're in the store and
Yeah.
Belmary's in the store.
so how much then I found the bag of holding and I
Yes.
put it on the counter and I was wondering how much this one is.
That one is 300 gold.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I do not have that much on me. I am with a group of people and I needed to find out how much it was so I could go to them and see if I could bring you the
Are
money.
they a part of your group?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, but no. But yes.
Yes, but no.
now. Yes, now. Not
Now
always.
they are.
Yes.
She's just kind of. Okay.
I haven't always known them, but they could be
Oh.
part of a party now.
They could be.
Yes.
But could be not.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah. She was making notes. It just scribbles and throws it.
So I want
This
you.
is beautiful because the personalities are so similar from the last time that we interacted. She's probably tracking like, oh, I totally understand. It's a weird dichotomy.
So I want you so no other riffraffs come in. Put this back on the shelf. I mean, I'm sorry that I brought it even over, so somebody
Well,
could take it.
Can I
And-
hold it on for you?
Yes, I
Okay.
don't know if I'll come back for it, but I think I will.
Okay.
That's my plan,
Yeah.
but the plans change.
Yeah.
Take it.
So, thank you, and I will be back for this. Yes,
Is
no.
there anything else? that
At
you
the
would like?
moment, that was the only thing I
That
was
was the only
looking
thing?
for.
Okay.
But again, there was lots of other excitement. So thank you for the entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not every day. How can I help you, sweetie?
Well, I have a question first. Where is all the stuff? Like
So-
the bag holding?
I think we left it all in the cart because we got
It's
excited.
on the card.
Our
Yeah.
stuff.
Because we need to be selling stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I have-
where do we do
So
the
the
selling?
cart was back at the inn. You left it with Larry.
Fairly certain
course
the
we
selling
did.
would be where we're at right now, but we forgot to grab all the stuff.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
'cause we're-
So we have stuff we want to bring you. Will you buy it?
Certainly is. What type of stuff?
Like bows, I think, and arrows,
Fancy knickknacks.
and knickknacks like swords, and I think some armor. But I have not been keeping track.
Oh, is this it?
Everything with a cost next to it.
I deal mostly with magic items.
So if it's magic.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm just very curious because it was brought to my attention. Those boots that guy tried to steal, how much even are those? Like, were they really expensive?
Those boots.
Like, why did he care about them? Why did they matter?
Well,
He just grabs a
They
little.
were really stylish.
they,
They
Grab
had
anything
really
that might
pretty
be-
rhinestones on them.
so pretty.
Those
But that's all.
They were
those
so
boots are
pretty.
pretty special. They actually increase your speed
Oh,
a
that's
little
so
bit.
cool.
They're called the boots of bursting. I call
Burst.
Why I tried to steal
I
them.
really hope they don't burst apart.
them. No,
Are
they just give you
valued
boots.
Oh, okay.
pieces.
Okay.
Is the value gold pieces?
Yes.
And what's her name?
So those actually are
Sure.
going to be 300 each, or 300 also.
Oh, okay.
Per boot.
Yeah. That's
I just
actually
wanted
good to
it.
know because I think there's somebody
Probably a
in
decent
my
amount if we
my
actually sell it.
my group of acquaintances that might actually like those. I will tell them.
Should I hold them on?
No, if they're still here when we come back, it's meant to be.
Okay. She puts them back on the shelf.
So can I go through the door and not collapse?
Oh yes.
Okay.
So we have cash.
Are you sure? Because that was crazy.
A bit.
You can try. She thinks out of messes with you a little bit, you know, just kind of,
Oh, I hope she makes her freeze up just for that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go leave now and let whoever else in here hopefully buy something from you.
Okay. Yes, sweetie. How can I help you? So you and Belmy are kind of just been in the background this whole time.
Okay.
Being like,
Well-
what the?
I'm at the seashore.
So out of
She
so
says.
out of character, we definitely have money for people to get stuff, but we have to be smart enough to sell things first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or trade.
So we have 1,878 gold pieces in cash,
Oh, nice.
and then selling the miscellaneous.
Laying the donkey down.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Selling the miscellaneous,
getting real
weapons
rich.
and armor that we're not using because I think I went through and everyone claimed a useful
Something.
piece last time. So everything that we have for sale, we should have another 1,961
Okay.
gold pieces, using the standard
Worth of
Yeah.
armor or just liquidable cash?
liquidable, or that's the armor to sell, and then we have 1,800
okay,
in cash.
So we got plenty of stuff.
Yes.
Okay, and then DM, can you remind me? We're in a store that's more like magical stuff, but the thing I had asked you for, that's gonna be somewhere else, right? 'Cause it's so basic.
that way as well as it
It's
did.
Okay.
simple.
I was sure I was
So
going to
in
jail.
character,
I
I
was
would
like, oh,
like
damn
to
it.
ask her. Out of curiosity, what kind of bows do you have?
I have all types of cool bows that give you a little extra chance to hit and damage. I have bows, if you have the coin, that give special damage.
Yeah.
What type are you looking for? What's your price range?
Dang it, Kara, we keep forgetting to grab our damn D6.
I don't know.
Lonnie, look at the vacuum.
Bow of heat sinking. Seeking.
They. So she will say
Heat
that
seeking arrows.
if bows are a little expensive for you, I see you already have a very nice bow. We have ammo that could do similar things. What?
Getting different arrows.
So she kind of takes you over and looks. There's a rack right next to the fancy bows. That there's quivers of arrows.
Oh,
Okay. I don't know. I don't want to waste time. I'll do my own research. But can I ask her where I would find such item that I'm seeking?
Yeah, you can go to Baddock's Blades. Oh, she kind of smiles.
What is it?
Baddock's Blades.
Oh, right, because she's got a man crush thing. Or not a man crush, because she's not a man, but she's got a fling with Baddock.
That's funny. Okay. Alright, well, thank you.
Welcome to you.
I'm sure we will be
Tell
back
him I sent you.
soon.
Maybe you'll get it.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, DM, in my walk of shame, I'm headed towards Baddock's Blades.
Do you want me to send him a message while I head over there?
I think I can handle it myself.
Alright.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
I get it.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, obviously, Belmer isn't here to do his own thing, so we'll just say he rages at your amusement and leaves with you.
Okay, and then so I'm planning on headed that way
Yeah.
too. So then, who was it? Only
It was just the four
it
of
was
you.
just the four of us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
sounds
it's
like
just
we're
you three, and
Are you
Carol was on
thirsty?
her way out. And
Okay,
it
so
sounds
we're
like
all,
they
it sounds like we're all leaving.
So you guys are all headed to Baddock's Blades?
Yes, but on my way there, I'm looking for an alleyway that looks uninhabited.
Oh yeah, you can duck in. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna duck into an alleyway and drop my disguise.
Okay.
And then
That's some lizards.
what's the distance? John, what kind of distance are we looking at for where we are now, where we want to go, and where we left all of our stuff we need to sell?
They're all relatively 5-10 minutes
Okay.
walking distance. Yeah.
So then, can I remind who I'm traveling with that we need to? Hey guys, we totally forgot everything back at the inn. We really should sell stuff first.
I'm going to
She's
catch
not-
back
yeah.
up with the group.
He's a little bit ahead of you guys, so
Well, Belmier's not
Yeah.
here anyways.
not much ahead.
so Narion, you'll have to.
I'm what?
So basically, I'm telling you, like, hey, before we head to the next shop, maybe
Yes,
we should go
right.
grab the
Yep,
stuff
I
we want
heard.
to sell.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So you
I want
guys
her
are.
to-
You're down at the beach or
Yeah.
something.
I'm at the beach.
Where was Cassie?
She was with us.
She was with us too, but she slipped back
She
out
slipped
already.
out. She slipped
She
out.
already slipped
Oh,
out.
she left?
Okay.
She
I
grabbed
don't know where
something
she's
left.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I don't have any way of telling where she wanted to go. So I know she wanted to go to the Flimmer shop, but
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
where,
she was
where are you
about to
next?
do
I was headed to
something.
the temple,
Oh wow.
and then we haven't met Artemis
There we
yet.
And Ryder's like wandering around on River.
Yeah.
She's doing her own thing.
Okay, so if we're kind of the group doing the main shopping, then okay. Well then,
So you guys, we can just. You guys go to the inn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't care if you want to see how much.
oh, do you want to
what
look at
stuff
stuff?
we have, just in case.
Okay, so we'll say that the couple of us went, grabbed the stuff, and we're headed to
Balix Blades.
get that.
Yeah. I'll say within the time that you kind of. You would probably get there before them.
Yeah, because I wasn't heading back to the card. I was just going straight to it.
This is not gonna work.
You want to play with the dice? So are we on me now?
Yeah.
Will
Okay.
he watch something if we turn on
The Wiggles.
Oh, God.
He'll watch the crap out of some Wiggles.
Go ahead and throw it on. Or throw it off.
the
Um,
TV?
yeah, so I'm just gonna go in and. Good evening, Baddock. His name was Baddock.
Robin Baddock.
Oh, Reuben. Reuben?
Yeah.
Reuben?
Robin.
Come back.
Reuben.
Yeah, he's a.
I'm gonna call him
He's
back.
a big, well-dressed dwarf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last name's working. I
Yeah.
guess.
So if we turn the Wiggles on,
Um, So yeah, I'm gonna walk into the store. Good evening, Baddock. How goes
Good
it?
evening, how you doing?
Oh, it's
What can I do
going
for
great.
you?
If not,
Well,
we are.
in our travels, we've come across a few treasure chests that we have found from certain
Treasure, you see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you've been.
So there's been a few of them, more than a few of them have been locked, and so I was hoping that maybe I might be able to relieve your inventory of a few lockpicks if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. How many you need?
Well, it depends on how much they cost. Coin's a bit tight.
So when you use a lockpick, it doesn't break it. It doesn't expend it.
Right.
It's not like a video game.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I thought there is a chance that they could break.
We're not doing
Okay, cool. Probably
that. I
just.
mean, if you roll a natural one, it's gonna break your lockpick kit. But
Oh, so get to
if
it.
you don't, it's not gonna break it.
Yeah.
so get
Physical.
two.
You are doing a trial.
Okay.
Because anytime I roll anything related to my rogue stuff,
That's
like
true,
it's
yeah.
like 1, 2.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, I can get you a couple of those for a gold. That'd be good.
For a gold? Oh, I can do that, no problem. Yeah.
So make sure when you guys are doing this, you guys are marking off your money. 'cause-
Yeah. I did that last time
Okay.
too.
just making sure.
Yeah, if you've got 2 or 3 to spare, I wouldn't mind taking some from you.
I'll give you 5 for 2 gold.
Oh, you've got yourself a deal.
He kind of goes and rummers his back, brings back a little baggie.
Awesome.
You can kind of hear him in there.
Which now I'm thinking of $200, which makes more sense.
Fantastic. And remind me again. I know that most of what you've got is the more mundane side of combat
Mundane, you say?
paraphernalia. No magical items, right?
Non-magical is a better way to say it. Yes, these are fine weapons. And,
Oh, I
and
don't.
items.
I make no disrespect. I'm
I
not referring to
mold
the
them
quality.
and craft
Just
them
the
myself. You should appreciate.
mundane is not really a disparity of quality. It's more
Okay,
of a
well,
reference of
You
non-magical.
fucking said it. So
My apologies. That's not what I meant. So you don't have any magical items, correct? That's all at
no magical
at
items. No.
the pretty lass across the way.
What do you mean by pretty lass?
I mean, she's fair upon the eyes. Not that I'm
She is
interested.
indeed.
I know that you two have a thing, if I remember right.
Puffs up. What did you say?
Oh, it's just something I picked up the last time we went to see her. We mentioned that we just came from your shop, and she kind of got a little bit flushed in the face and giggled a bit.
Oh, you know his little his
I put 2 and 2 together.
His beard kind of bouncing.
His beard shakes. I love it. I wouldn't trespass on another man's territory.
I appreciate. Yes. Not that you had a chance.
Oh, I'm sure I didn't. She's above my class. Too fancy for my blood.
But what else can I do for you?
I think that ought to do it. Maybe unless you've got maybe some ingot. If I remember right, you're a bit of a smith yourself,
I have
right?
most of the ingot I need for my crafting. But
What do you
How
do? You
much
have
do you
any that you?
and what do you need?
Well, I just picked up a few steel from Fandalen. I was wondering if you have any other types.
Oh, I do. I've got some gold, some silver, some iron.
You've got gold ingot? Goodness me.
Sometimes I like to make my shit fancy.
I should say so. That's more than a small bit of filigree work you might be doing there with a whole ingot of it. Do you have any adamantine?
No adamant. Not that I can part with, sorry.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I think that probably, to be fair, even if you did, I probably wouldn't be able to afford it anyway at the moment.
Are you looking
I think
for
the lockpicks ought to do it.
volume
Maybe
or-
I might be back though, just in case. Let me go confer with.
So you've gotten all these treasure chests by yourself?
No, not by myself. If you remember, last time we came in, there was a group of us. We've oddly enough, we stuck together this whole time.
Really?
Yeah, they're going about doing some shopping as well. I think.
Shopping not here?
Oh, I'm sure they're on their way too. We kind of split ways. If I remember right, they mentioned something about going to your Lady Farron's shop. They might be there as we speak.
Elander's
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So I'm sure they'll be making their way over here. If not,
Wonderful. Well, send them
I'm
my
actually
way.
gonna be going to look for them after this. So I'm gonna make sure that there's nothing that they want here. I might be back. They might be back. Either way, I'm sure we'll be doing some more
Sounds
clean
good.
spending here.
Look forward to business.
All right, pleasure doing it, Lydia.
Kind of does the forearm grab.
All right, well, you have a good one.
Okay, so you exit.
Tip your hat to Farron
As
for
you
me.
exit, you free. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, son of a bitch!
All right, so a few minutes, some time passes. Are you guys?
So
I'm going back to meet up with the group.
I was wondering, our group, were we going back to the cart now to get our stuff? I was just kind of
Yes,
being a sheeple
yes,
now.
you guys were.
When
Okay.
are you doing this time?
Were you going to the
I was
temple yet?
Going to Helm's Temple.
Okay.
So you
Yeah, because I need to ask about this stone and more information.
So my goal now was, I was gonna tell them what interacted between us, with the shopkeeper and me. So Trisha, I think that's your character,
Yes.
because I don't know who else,
Whisper.
I don't think anybody else in the group.
It's just you and Whisper right now this year.
Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, this is what happened between the shopkeeper and I said they wanted the bag of holding, but not the big deal. And these are the boots, and these are 300 gold, and that'd be kind of cool for a couple of people in our group. But you know, that's just putting it out there. And I'm telling you this because then I'm going to let you guys go back to the cart, and I'm going to say that I'm going to peace. I'm going to my temple.
So
Okay,
I'm
so basically you're giving me the information of what you're wanting to look for at the shop.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So I'm
I'm
telling
shopping
you
for you.
now that if we have the money, the boots would be really cool, and an extra bag of holding is kind of not necessary, but would be kind of cool. Boots first, if we could do the $300 gold piece. Otherwise, yeah, just go and sell
Where are you
stuff.
guys doing this conversation?
Like on the way walking
As
to
we're
the
walking,
to the cart to get the stuff to go back to sell it.
just out of curiosity, how much does the bag of holding hold? I don't remember.
It's 500
500 pounds.
Yeah. Which we haven't really hit yet, but I feel like sometimes
Because we've been lucky with the cart, but just in case
Yeah.
something happened to the cart, it might be good because we do get
it
a
would
lot
be
of
cool
loot
to have a second bag, yeah.
just for the sheer quantity because we tend to go on lots of adventures before we come to a town.
Yeah.
And when I'm leaving Bad Explains, I'm on my way back to meet up with the rest of them to see before I go over, because I would like to go back to the shop, but I also want to go to Sildar, and before I go there, I want to make sure nobody else wants to go talk to him as well.
Okay, sounds good.
And Regina, are you making your way up from the river lake? No.
I'll
Shit,
get
there it is,
back
yeah.
to her.
Yeah,
in a minute.
yeah, because I would have
This
went
really has
and
only
done a few
been
things and
an
then come
hour.
back.
Okay,
So
okay.
she's like heading out. You're gonna spend some time, an hour or two out there, and then
I think
jump back.
some
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
So as you guys are walking and talking,
Yeah.
you got pretty high passive perception.
Okay.
You notice kind of corners of your eye every now and then
Yeah.
what seems to be an elf following you every now and then.
Okay.
It seems like when you stop, you kind of look back and
Like an excessively tan elf.
this figure kind of darts to
Somebody
the
from my
side,
past.
kind of darts off in an alley.
Okay.
So that's just something that your very high passive perception picked up.
Okay.
Is it a dark elf?
business requires it, like,
Way deeper than me.
I shadow.
Hear that voice in your
sure,
head?
that's what I meant. Why don't we
Narian's inner monologue
yeah.
is very odd sounding.
Alright, so are you guys gonna continue with what you're doing? Or?
If you want to go to Regina, that's we have been kind of hogging up, chewing up all
Okay,
this.
yeah, I want to
Yeah.
jump with her real quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
Okay.
That's assuming I know what I'm doing.
Well, we can also go to Andrew then if he's ready.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no, go to Andrew and then I'll figure my crap out. How about that?
I feel like it's
That works for
kind
you?
of fair to
Yeah, no,
hop
I'll
to you
take
now.
another minute.
So-
I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing in life. That's why I went to the beach.
go ahead.
Straight into the.
Well, Falco is off to back to Helm's Temple, carrying the stone wrapped up in cloth that you guys had found. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so again,
right, I
you
forgot we
make
were
your way
going there.
around through town. You remember it's kind of up in the north, off to the east. It's just a regular morning. Business. People are busy in and out. Lots of conversation. It's the smell, the sounds of town. You make your way up to the familiar temple. Again, it was interestingly pillars in the inside. So as you enter again, it's very, I don't want to say somber, but there's a peaceful quiet about it again.
I'm looking around for the nearest, brother, or one of the residents.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So you
I
can
look
see-
around for the first one I can find.
You can see across the long, it's not courtyard because it's enclosed, but the enclosed courtyard, you can see a brother kind of tending to some of the candles. They're kind of checking them for their family, making sure the oil's still there.
Okay. Good day, brother.
Oh, good day. How are you?
Doing well. I was wondering, I have an artifact that I need, help identifying and maybe getting some history on before it gets out too much. It's brought my group a little bit of trouble as it seems to have attracted some attention from unscrupulous individuals.
Oh, what is this artifact? Where did you find it?
And I hold it out with the gauntlet and the glove, and I just unwrap the cloth, showing. I think you said it was a red stone.
It was black. It was a
Black? The black one?
stone. Yeah. Black, pearlish looking that had been chipped.
If we're talking about the newer one, yeah, it was black.
Okay, black. Anyway, so it's like this has attracted a lot of attention. And we found it off of Necromancer.
Off a necromancer, you say. And as you hold it out, it kind of like not shifts, but something almost is there, like the little black tentacles I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
And so he kind of leans in and starts to kind of reach toward it, looking at it, investigating.
Careful.
Where did you find this?
We found it off of Necromancer near the Old Owl Well.
I think you should show this to the head Templar, I believe. He says, please wait here. So he kind of, you can hear his, just an empty, huge room. You can kind of hear his footsteps echoing as he shuffles away. And you wait for a few minutes. If you'd like to do anything while you're waiting.
I will wait in the courtyard. Just
You
peacefully
hear Falco whistling taps to himself or something.
taking it all in. I don't need that.
Again, there in the front, underneath the stained glass, there's that stone that you visited last time.
I ponder it. I just look at it. Don't get too close to it again. I don't need to go up to it, or I don't feel the need to go up to it now. But just inspect it.
Okay.
From afar.
So after a few minutes, you hear more shuffling coming towards you again, and an elderly gentleman, big long, kind of grayish beard, darker robes than the previous Templar, shuffles his way forward. Can I help you, young man?
Good day, Templar.
Oh, good day to you.
I'm hoping you can help me identify this and what its significance is.
Identify this.
I hold out the stone to him.
And where did you find this item?
We picked it off a necromancer outside of Fandelen near the Old Owl, or well, Old Owl Well.
Necromancer, you say? Do you know which necromancer this is?
There are multiple.
Don't believe we caught his name before
Oh,
we dispatched him.
we did. Hold on, 1 second.
I don't have the other necromancer papers with me because I think I gave it
Yeah.
to Phil to bring to Sildar.
Clear. Let me look in my notes. I know we got it somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't seem to remember
Oh,
his name. I
here,
know,
I know where
he
to
seemed
find
to
it.
have been. He was collecting information on other necromancers. I know that.
And you say you defeated this necromancer yourself?
We did.
Whatever
This
that
is
means.
quite interesting, and he kind of leans in closer. The smoke tentacles kind of rise. They're not expanding from it, but just kind
In,
of around
in the
it.
jab
Yeah.
itself, you can kind of see
Mhm.
the room.
Ugh.
Again, he has his cane on the left side, and he kind of leans with his other hand, kind of leaning in and not touching it, but getting close, and you can kind of see the tentacle almost kind of reach. The smoke tentacles kind of reach, and he pulls it back.
I pulled my hand back a little bit too. Not closing it, but just, giving it a little more distance.
He says, "You have no idea who this necromancer is or what this item was?"
It's coming back now. Hammond.
Hammond was his name.
Yeah, that's.
I can't say I recognize the name.
Sorry.
Does the gem?
Hammond.
Hammond?
I misspelled.
Does the gem have anything to do with this? As I close my hand, I flip it over and point at the gauntlet.
Oh, very interesting.
It seems about the same size as that first gem there.
That is the symbol of Helm. Where did you get that?
I received it. Thank you. Now I remember. That cost last time. I received it the last time I visited the temple. I prayed to the stone, and I
You
left
are
with
the
this.
one I heard about then. Oh, we have not yet been able to meet. It is an honor to meet you then.
Falco Forest Creek.
Oh, I am Head Templar. He.
Head Templar.
I have no name.
Ah, okay.
I am the
His
Head
name is
Templar.
Head.
Okay.
We give up our identity in service.
Fair enough, Templar.
I believe, since now I know who you are, that this item would probably be above my experience. I might suggest, although I am very curious now, and I would like you
I close it. I wrap it up and
to
wrap it up and
return
close it.
to me with the information once you find the end of this quest. But I would send you to the Head Templar of the Cloak Tower. They have stronger arcanists that would be able to identify what you seek.
Did you say cloak tower?
The Cloaked Tower.
Oh, tower. We heard cloak tiger.
Oh, sorry.
I was like,
I-
tigers that are cloaked.
I heard close. Anyway, I'm unfamiliar with this place. Can you provide a map or point me in the right direction?
If you keep going northeast, you will not miss it. It is the large tower. It is the arcane school here in Neverwinter.
Oh, okay.
Andrew, did you already mention? Sorry, I think I missed it. Did you mention that you tried to put the stone in the gauntlet and nothing happened? You wouldn't accept it.
I don't because I didn't remember actually doing that.
It's because I was playing your character at the time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I'm just waiting for that. Then let's just.
He did
There you
ask
go.
about if it had anything to do. So.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did ask
Okay.
about the thing, so I think we'll get more information there. It's okay. Northwest Tower in Neverwinter.
If I remember right, I think the gauntlet kind of repelled it.
Not repelled,
just
didn't
like.
respond.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was like similar polar magnets where it kind of like. Oh.
I am sorry I could not help you today, but if you have any other needs and services, I would be glad to help.
I think that is what I needed from the temple today.
Your calling, your last visit has created quite an upstir amongst us, and we wish to have further conversations with you in the future when available.
I think I will check in often as I make my way past through, back through Neverwinter.
I look forward to it, and please come seek me personally.
Thank you, Templar.
Thank
Ancient knowledge.
And then
Things are getting real.
I will vacate the temple.
you. As you're leaving, he just kind of is doing a little chant prayer.
It's the weirdest background music for D&D.
I'm
music
blocking
choice in the
out even
temple.
here,
Good,
so
Let's hope it goes down.
Where-
a
I
bit.
was gonna say the parents are used to it.
I'm somewhere else. I don't even hear
It's,
that.
it's weird praise music
Yeah.
in the temple.
Instead of like monks chanting in the background, it's
They're all
Beatles.
like very peppy monks.
Very enlightened monks.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Got into the community.
Amber?
Yeah. Feeling the spirit.
Oh goodness, I'm like, sure.
okay, so
I don't know what I'm
you
doing.
first thing in the morning kind of split off from the rest of the group. You're looking for some fresh air.
Magic weapons, I
Just gonna
figured
clear your
out
head.
that I want
You make your
something
way out down south through the same gate you came in,
Or at least I want to see.
and
if
you
I can
continue south
heads up, look at you.
a little ways and just kind of make your way up. There's a little path that some people go up towards, kind of a southwestern bluff that kind of overlooks the ocean. And you find yourself a little spot to hang out and think for a while.
Yeah,
Give
so.
me a perception check.
Oh, perfect.
First roll of the night. No. Oh no, second roll. Sorry.
Yep, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm not very perceptive because I'm distracted. Where's my perception? 10?
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So you see along the southern coastline, there's obviously some docks, very busy. You don't see a whole lot of details in the distance. And there's a separate docks up north, two kind of separated by the mouth of the river there. You do see off in the distance a little hot, bit foggy, hazy, but you do see that there's an island there, and you kind of hear, because you're up higher, you can kind of hear the wind carrying some like clinks, what you would kind of recognize as weapon clinks, combat.
Okay. So that makes me curious because I was going to just go kind of do some meditating, but now my curiosity is piqued. So it's an island off the shore.
Mhm.
Um,
Do you remember us talking about the Isle of Cord? We talked about it last episode. Okay.
Peeps Price.
no, I don't think so because I've missed some time.
Okay. Well, you were here last weekend. That's pretty tippy, so.
Oh, thanks.
We. I don't remember how the information was obtained.
Which was?
The Isle of Cord. Oh, you guys. Val
Yeah.
got to talking to a guy in the inn who mentioned that there were tournaments on the Isle of Cord.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how it came about.
Yes.
She's very interested in it.
Which piques Phil's interest, Valmera's interest.
Yes.
I assume Ember's interest.
I don't care.
Yeah, she didn't care. Could be good exercise, but
It stresses me out.
I'll save you guys, I'm sure. But
So, what is Ember doing?
It definitely piques my interest if I hear what sounds like fighting. Can I see any, like, are there any boats around or any fishermen that look like maybe I could, like, throw them a little gold and go out to the island? Or is the island, like, pretty far away?
Oh, so you're sitting on a cliff bluff, and it's very far down.
Okay, so this is,
And
like,
then down below and a little up north is where the docks are. You're seeing everything from a very high
Okay.
view.
So it's not like a beach that goes into the ocean,
No,
it's a cliff
you're on a
face?
cliff bluff. Yeah. You're up here. I'm on a cliff.
I got my flipping floppers.
Throw it to the ground.
You're up here just kind of resting and meditating,
Yes.
and the wind is coming to you, and you're just feeling refreshed, trying to do whatever you want to do. Whatever you came down here to do.
What she's
Yell at your god.
You can kind of in the distance.
Which is
hear-
funny because I'm like, I kind of forget why I was
in
going
the,
down
in
here.
the distance, you can kind of hear the sounds of docks. You know, there's the hustle and bustle of a normal dock would be.
Savior goddess will give you what you want.
Yes, I think I can do that. Oh, don't unprepare it.
like to do.
Okay, so I totally thought it was gonna be like a beach where you could go up to the water, but this is fine because
You can spend some more time and make your way down.
no, that's right. Let's not waste all day doing this.
You can just fast forward time.
No, but I want to get back to like what you guys are doing.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I have the fear of being left behind.
FOMO's a real
It is. Okay, so in that case, so basically I wanted to do my spell ceremony because I want to make holy water, but I wanted to do it kind of like my own thing.
Okay.
So if I'm on a cliff face, basically I would use like my canteen water then. And then I can cast ceremony and make holy water.
Awesome.
So it's kind of
Good
like
move.
and so basically I totally like clicked on it funny and it went away. Where is it? Oh, prepared spells, that's why. Yeah, so ceremony, it's so it does take 1 hour.
Okay.
So I would be there for an hour.
Yeah, sounds good. So you're sitting there hanging out, just meditating and
Yes.
praying over this holy water.
So, and basically what I would want to do is just kind of have a conversation with the Stormlord and in jester-esque fashion, right? Just be talking. But basically being like, you know, like we've been on this journey and we've fought a lot of fights and like, you know, just kind of talking like you do. And then as part of that, kind of casting and doing the hand stuff. The hand stuff, wow.
Just a little bit of
Doing the sacred hand
some hand
motions
stuff.
of ceremony.
hashtag hand stuff 2020.
In D&D, don't go there.
Okay, so as you're sitting there just kind of contemplating wind blowing, you're kind of messing with your water, just kind of talking in your head. You hear this Ember Stormlord. How is my daughter?
Oh, snap. Oh, shit. Hi, Stormlord.
Have you been busy?
My accent totally went away.
Kara came back, she was like, wait a minute.
She did. I saw it in the peripheral.
Say what?
What's you saying? Good. Good.
No need to blush, my dear.
I know you're always with me, but sometimes it doesn't always feel that way.
Oh, but why?
Oh.
Do you not feel the rush of the blood in battle?
I do, and
Do you not feel the clink when your weapon strikes another?
I do.
Nice.
I do. And I love that. I'm afraid that I know I'm a cleric of yours and I'm supposed to heal people, but I don't do a good job of it. I like to hit things more. Is that okay?
You kind of hear this.
Is that okay?
I'm the Lord of War! Do you not know?
I know.
Some people help by healing, some people help by hurting.
I like hurting.
I like this door.
But sometimes I feel like I like hurting too much. And I know that I'm protective and I like to make sure that my friends don't fall and we don't lose them in battle. Oh, but sometimes I just see red. Is that okay? Is that I know that you said, you know, you're also the god of war and you've given me these powers of battle, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little insecure about it. I try not to be in battle, you know. I want to look tough, and you know, my brothers taught me how to fight, but I want to be a better fighter too.
Oh, sweetie. You're as tough as nails. You know that.
I try to be.
We all succumb to the blindness of battle. Emotions overcome us. We forget where we are and who we are. It is important that you rely on the knowledge of who you are, on the knowledge that I am always with you, and then, and only then, will you be able to remain calm. caring for your friends as well as smashing the skulls of others.
I know it's so fun. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Also, I think we have another long journey ahead of us, and I know that I've been wanting to not just learn more spells that you teach me and that I can pick up and kind of feel kind of coursing through my blood, but I kind of want to also be able to swing my hammer harder and to fight a little bit better. And, you know, I'm just asking, maybe along the journey you'll lead me on a path to making that possible. Is that possible?
You've already been on this journey. Keep walking, keep swinging,
Okay.
and the hammer will fall.
Oh! Will you send me lightning as signs if I'm supposed to
As
go
you
a certain
begin
way?
to say this, you pick up in the distance that there's like a cloud forming way far away, and lightning starting to strike.
Is it in the direction of the island of Cord?
You can't really tell what direction. It's like way far away, but there's definitely a cloud, like a thunder storm
Okay.
coming in towards Network.
Alright.
I'm
Well,
always with you. Know that.
every time I hear
You're a great
the lightning or I see a storm front, I do always thank you. I know that saving myself and my mother so many years ago was just the beginning of our journey together. And I know you're always around, and sometimes I guess, I don't know, it's easy to get distracted. But thank you. Is there any commissions or anything that you need me to do or want me to do? Any path that I should follow besides kind of the one I'm already on?
You're already on your path. Keep doing what you do. Smile, charge, swing. Go in courage, you know.
Okay.
Be in peace knowing that your identity is perfect.
Sorry that we're done.
Thank you. And I hold my my holy symbol extra tight, just a little extra tight, because this is very encouraging. And probably by the end of our conversation, at the end of that hour, then
So as you're
I would have
finishing
just
the-
been like, the last thing I would have asked would just be like, and only one more thing. Will you at the end of this amazing power that you've given me to bless this water, will you just help me bless this water and make it holy water so that I can fight undead, please?
I was about to say, so as you were finishing the conversation with him, the water kind of began to swirl. And swirl.
You're on my own
And-
dead sister.
And then it kind of slows a little bit and it goes, the little sparkles.
Oh, thank you, Starlord. I
You
know
just
you're
kinda-
always with me.
You just kind of hear this laughter as it, you know how you can hear someone like walking away laughing?
Thank you, Stormlord. Okay. And then I'll probably like just do a little skip and then head back and be like tough again.
So hop up in the air,
Yeah, I was
hit
gonna say keep your tails.
I only act like a Marion when no one's around.
That's awesome.
Yippee!
Sweet.
Dude,
Love
that
it.
was awesome.
Go ahead and give yourself inspiration.
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.
Andrew, well played on the sound effects. That was perfect.
Yeah.
I felt like I was there. Thank you for setting the mood.
I was talking like I can't do everything all the time to know what's perfect.
Thank you.
And every time
Yeah.
you like finish talking, I want to hit the lightning.
This is so awesome. Thank you.
That was perfect.
Sweet.
Sirenscape, the app.
Yeah, that's what I want to get. But it's hard for me to like, run stuff and so that's perfect. Thank you.
That's part of the Codium and
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
then here.
So now I have a vial of holy.
Yes, perfect.
nice.
Okay, so
We just need someone dead now.
it takes you a good 2 or 3 hours to
Okay.
get out there, do your hour.
Yeah.
No, 2 hours. I'd say 2 hours.
Half hour out, hour for the spell, half
Yeah,
hour back.
I'd say, yeah. A little short.
I
version
got
of that,
short
so-
legs.
Yeah.
Oh, you joke. I've got
Alright,
stamina.
so you spend a few minutes kind of getting back in town. We'll say that you're getting back in town and you bump into the rest of the crew.
Bump.
Well, hello, Ember.
Belmer, why do you still stink?
Oh, he took a bath. He's good.
Oh, that's right. He did take a bath.
He smells like cabbage. It's fine.
But see, that's just it. He still sings.
Yeah.
Still stink.
He took a bath.
Alright, so you guys are in the
I
middle
feel
of
like
the
I'm
street.
glowing a little bit, not gonna lie. I feel like I have an aura.
You guys are in the middle of the street.
Yep.
You guys
Hey
were
guys,
headed
what's up?
to the store. Ember bumps into you.
And
And
Ember bumps.
Falco happens to bump into you about the same time.
Does he come back at that point?
Yeah,
So
it's
all
kind
of
of-
us are bumping into each other in the corner.
Yeah.
No. Okay, and then when Amber comes over to us, I'm gonna go. Wait, is anybody? No, no one else is an elf. Never mind.
Not yet.
Not anymore.
Not yet.
We lost our other elf companion.
Oh, naked baby.
Does anybody else have semi-high perception?
Passive?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hers.
Okay. And you're with me too, so I'm gonna just like go to like. Did you say that elf?
Of course I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what is your passive? Like 16, 17?
Passive is 18.
Oh, yeah. Then
Oh,
both of you.
mine is
Yeah,
too.
because mine's like
Both
16.
of you. I know, that's why I'm not using passive.
Jesus.
So both of
My,
you.
my
Yeah.
passive is also 18.
Wait, do we
What?
know if it's
Is it
male or
seriously?
female?
Passive
You,
perception.
you didn't catch
Passive-
male
mine,
female.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought mine was high.
Because of
So
something.
Narion and Whisper
It's also
are
18.
catching glimpses of this
My
person
passive is way
following.
more than my
Okay, mine's 17. So anyway, if yours is 18, then yeah, I go. Did you say that?
I'm like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd love
I just figured it was an old fling just creeping on you.
Yeah, true. Could be.
Do you,
No,
do
if
you-
it's
do
somebody-
you not know who it is?
No. So if it's somebody from my past, we may want to be a little worried.
Do you wanna?
Bye-bye.
So I'm like, kind of, we're whispering, okay?
Yes,
so I'm gonna ask her like,
really
oh,
loud whispering.
Really
Yeah.
loud.
No.
Did
And
you
Arian
see
doesn't
that?
whisper.
No, I'm whispering.
Hand gestures and everything.
Yeah. She's whispering but being very charismatic with her hand gestures.
So I'll, while we're having our whispering conversation, I'll be like, oh yeah. So do you wanna like loop around and try to
No.
get the jump on them and see who it is?
No, I'm not worried about it yet. But if you see it again, let me know.
Okay. If you wanna.
Unless you're worried. Am I worried? I'm not worried. I might be worried. Are you worried?
I'm not worried. I'm just saying if you want to confront, I'm right here.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Alright, so you
But
guys-
I got my stones if we need them.
Okay.
Have you guys sold the stuff yet?
No, so we
That's
got
where they're
No,
at.
they're
we got
about
the
to go.
stuff.
I know.
So
but
interesting
Falco
about
is
that-
coming back.
Yeah.
Have you
About
guys sold
that-
the stuff yet?
We went
Well,
there
Jonathan
and
went
totally
us where we
forgot
followed.
to bring the stuff, so we're going back.
Yes.
And I still need to go see to my temple, sea goddess. Go to temple. And
Oh my gosh.
I love
find
your
some
character
coffee.
so much.
And does anybody want to come with me, or I can just skip there by myself?
I'm gonna make sure we get stuff sold. And
Yeah.
I'll help
I
with the
would
shopping
love to
for you.
accompany you. Normally I would, but I've got other errands to see to today, unfortunately.
I can take care of myself.
Phil, going to Soldar?
I was gonna do a quick stop at the store and then straight to Sildar.
I'm following you. I'm going
Is
with
he-
him
Okay.
to Soldar.
in
Okay,
Toy
Soldar.
Box?
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's in it. So who's going to the store?
I
Let's do
think
that real quick.
I know I am.
Okay, so we have all the stuff and we're headed to the store to actually sell it this
Yes.
time.
And I guess I'll follow. Yeah.
Whoever
There you
is
go.
with.
We'll just fast forward to it.
You guys show up to the store.
Ronan, look.
You guys going to head into Baddock's Blades again?
No,
Oh.
the magic.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Eleanor's boat.
No.
Yes.
We were headed towards the other place.
You were headed to Baddock's Blade. I thought
They
we
were headed
going
to-
to-
I was
Baddock's
headed there because
Blade.
I needed something. We are going back to the magic
You
place.
guys are going to
I'm
boat.
headed to the magic place because I already went to Baddock's.
How did you go to Maddox?
Remember when I dropped my disguise when you
Yeah.
guys went to the back of the
Well,
car?
well,
I went to Baddock's.
Yeah.
Oh, because we
So-
split for a second.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then why don't you give me the magical items? Me and Falco will go to Farron's shop and we'll sell that stuff. And you go to Baddock's Blades with the non-magical items, and then we'll meet up.
We're not selling any magical items.
We're not?
No.
Oh, okay.
So everything we're selling would have to be at the other place, right?
Well, I mean,
Did not have to.
that's.
I thought we had
So
Oh,
that
I
was
guess
one of the
you're
things I
right,
There's
relayed to
a
you
few
guys.
scrolls or some pipes, but let's keep that. Let's
Yeah,
not throw away
agreed.
the magic
Uh-huh.
stuff.
For some reason, I thought we had a couple duplicates of stuff that we've already got that we didn't need, but I guess that's
No.
true. All right, well, Batix it is.
Did we have an instrument that only bards could use and none of us are bards?
We have,
Anybody can use it.
we have some woven pan flute.
The only
My thing is pan flutes,
She
so I can
specializes
use
in
it.
pan flute.
Good job.
the
Like,
only thing that we
that's
had that was
literally
specific specific to that is your staff. You and Anarian's staff. It was
Yeah.
bards
Oh, that's
or clerics.
right.
So you guys
You
have
guys
those.
gave each of us one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that I.
So
But
you
yeah,
have the
the
staff
pan
of adders, and she has the
Thing, I
staff
need to
of
figure
Sword.
that out, or is it something
I need to add
specific?
that to
Which
my
we need to make sure we use.
I don't
In
know.
game, what we know, it's a pan flute.
Okay, so we
That's
do
your
we
answer.
need
Not
to
been
identify
identified
Yeah,
it?
you told us what it was, but it hasn't been identified.
Okay.
And so remember, you guys do have like half a dozen items that haven't been identified. So.
And how do we identify things? Can you
It's
remind me?
a short rest for each, an hour
Okay.
of
Then
focusing on.
Okay, maybe Baddock can help us then.
can I just take that item and put it in my inventory?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you need to make a note of that, but I'll write it
I'll
down.
just zero it out on mine.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write
She's
down
got a-
unidentified
Pan
pan
flute.
flute.
Yes.
Okay.
Unidentified flying objects.
Whispers.
Whisper.
I gotta remember which
But yeah,
one
like-
it was.
Way back when we first started, that's what I chose was my instrument.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, so we do have a scimitar that needs identifying and a staff that needs identifying.
I'll identify the scimitar because that looks very interesting to me.
Again, that stuff will take an hour. Of
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that later, but should I
Yeah,
just
we'll
put it in the inventory?
identify later. I just wanted to
and then
make sure I
identify
wrote
later.
this down
Okay.
because.
Or we'll just we'll
That's
just.
what you do.
We're going to Bax
Okay.
because
Alright.
the stuff I need, we need to sell stuff first.
Okay, so
Actually, no, we don't need to go with them because we've got cash.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just take some of the cash
I got
from
my
them.
own monies.
And you've got the bag of holding.
Yes, since Ryder had it, and we'll just stay up. To
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Now
save
it's
$5.
messy.
I know what's in it, so yeah.
Yeah, Ryder took off with everything.
You're dirty bastard!
Oh damn it.
We now have a new
Alright, so who's doing what?
objective.
We're going to.
Who's we?
Me and Falco are going to Farron's place. I always forget the name of her shop, but it doesn't matter.
Landar's bow.
Alendar's Bow. Yeah.
So,
And then
so
you're
I'm
going
staying at the other place.
to Baddock's
Baddock's.
place.
Okay, so I'm going there, I
Okay,
guess.
we'll do with you first.
Okay. I do want something at the other place, but I'll sell stuff.
Just have
Yeah,
tell
just
them.
tell me what you want,
Well, blah blah blah. I told you what I want.
which is.
I have to ask the DM if it's even an option.
Okay. Oh, I know. So, okay.
No, I want something else that you don't know.
Okay. Cool. Let's start with you.
Okay, so for
So,
this place,
bing, you walk in. There's this stocky dwarf. How can I help you, dear?
hi there. I just came over from that place
Alendar's
with that
Bow.
person that you totally know, because I'm not paying attention to names. And she said that this would be a great place to sell some items.
Indeed. What you have?
Well, this is what I got. If you're interested.
Blah 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 blah. Montage. Yeah. You got this little bag, like
Yeah,
fanny
like
pack
bag
here.
folding.
Okay. So we'll make it super fast. What was the count?
Okay, so
This is wonderful. Oh yes, some of this stuff I can definitely use. Some of it I'll melt down and make it even better. Wonderful.
alright, so 2 battle axes, 1 chainmail, 3 great axes, 1 scimitar, 4 studded leather,
He's just grabbing this as it's coming out of the bag and like chucking it back behind.
2 light crossbows, 3 daggers,
Okay, yeah.
1 halberd, 2 scale mail armors, 2 breastplates.
Are you selling everything?
Good.
Unless anybody
Yeah,
claims
unless
it.
I think we
I
already
think
claimed
we
it.
already
Yeah.
claimed
Yeah.
what we. Was
But
there
if
anything
someone
you claimed?
truly needs it, that's why I'm reading it off
Is
right
there
now.
anything you
Yeah.
wanted?
Alright,
Unless there's anything that anybody wants that me to craft, and I
Does
can
a-
craft
does
out of some of
adding
the
a
non-magical
breastplate
items.
really do much?
It depends on your.
Breastplate makes you so you have a 16 AC without a disadvantage.
yeah. So if you're
If she can
medium
have
armor,
medium armor.
if you're medium
Yeah.
armor,
Oh, I don't
proficient,
even know.
Look at your proficiency on there on the
I
left.
think you are.
druids,
How do I
I
find?
think,
I know they're proficiency in light, but I think they also have medium as well.
I see proficiency bonus.
Go to proficiency or features.
Like-
Let's see,
Yeah,
proficiency
you
is
have
in
medium
traits.
armor. You can wear it.
Oh, okay. So it says light armor, medium armor,
Yep.
shields.
yeah. Okay, so
What are you
take
currently
one,
wearing?
So would
thanks.
adding a breastplate be helpful?
Yes.
What's your
because
AC right now?
She probably has.
Low. No.
Yes.
She has what she started.
15.
with. Leather.
Oh yes, take a
It's
breastplate.
14 plus dex modifier.
She should take one of
And
the.
then you
breastplate.
don't get
Oh god, and
disadvantage
she has
because
very high
that's
dex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you only get the
So-
2 points.
Yeah.
Of
Okay,
whatever
so
the
I'm gonna,
number is.
I guess, snag
Yeah,
that before.
Okay.
I'm like tossing things on there, and then I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
so he's grabbed it and
Wait
you're
a minute.
I'm like,
Do we have more than one
Hey,
breastplate?
let's go.
Yes.
We have one more.
So-
Kara took one.
I took one.
Whisper took one.
We have one more. Do you want
Okay.
it?
I think so because my chainmail makes me too noisy.
It will lower your AC though.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Breastplate and chainmail I think are the same.
Oh, are they?
Because I just clicked on it and it
You're
went
right,
back
because
to
that's what I had
19.
originally. I was like, I'll take the breastplate because it doesn't change anything. But
But it does
Yeah. no
save the
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then
would
I
take
don't
it.
have a disadvantage to noise and sneaking.
Yes.
Okay. So
So-
Because it's one solid piece.
Do you
Yes.
want my chainmail then? Or should I keep
yes.
it? Or should I
No,
keep
no,
it just
oh,
in
right.
case?
sell the chainmail then.
Okay. So I will
I would
remove my chainmail. It's
sell it
worth
for your own
75.
inventory though.
Oh yeah, can I
Just-
just sell it
Yeah,
for myself?
just sell it for
then?
your
Oh,
own
yeah.
pocket money.
just
Okay.
hold on to it.
Yeah.
So then whatever your total price was
Okay.
minus.
So
Yep.
then I can sell
Breastplate?
it 19.
Yep.
19.
Okay, taking those out.
Yeah.
Right,
So
no, that'll
you only
be
get plus 2
minus
pieces.
800 gold.
Oh, I clicked on it and it took it.
So am I, so with a breastplate, am I adding
It should
that or is it a
only be
replacement?
Replacement.
It's
It
a
should only be
replacement, so I have
18
to
per sheet.
undo the leather armor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The max you can
Chainmail?
get.
So then could I just sell the leather
Breastplate.
armor?
Yep.
Click on
But
it.
you can
Click on
yeah,
your
that'd
armor.
be
Again,
to
should I
your
just do
inventory.
it to my inventory? Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so then that means we have, and then
I believe you.
continuing on, we have one shield.
I just.
okay,
I think everyone who has shields
I think,
uses shields.
I mean, I'd
6
still
short
take
swords,
18.
Ember.
3 longbows,
they're
get on
just
those.
plain.
One mace,
Okay. Bam bam stick.
9 short bows. I don't think anyone uses those. And well, I have on here a 1 small spool of gold thread, but that might be a spell component, so
I think we should keep that.
keep that.
Because if nothing else, it might be pretty if I
So
like
that's-
embroider some of my fur pelts that I have.
Oh, that's not my sum total. Anyway, so selling all those items
Okay.
minus the 2 that you guys took.
Okay, so we took the breastplates off and then we sold everything else.
1,161 gold pieces.
Nice.
1,161.
161.
So
It's level 5.
I'm visual, I'm
Math.
gonna write it down.
Oh no, no.
And then plus what cash did we have?
we had 557 gold pieces. Just in gold.
Okay.
I'll get a
Yes.
total here in a second.
Okay. So while he's doing math, John, can I ask
Mhm.
you about something?
Yeah.
If there's a magical item that's considered uncommon, I didn't see any price
Use magic
option.
recently?
Yeah.
Is that something
roll
that
for it.
you? Okay. So can I tell
This
you
is
what I want?
I have to use high school. I have to use.
You obviously have to get in the other store, but
Yeah, I know, but I want to tell you what I want.
Okay, so selling that as a group, we have 3,039 gold pieces.
3,039.
How many?
nice.
3,039 gold pieces.
Yay! We buy 10 pairs of boots.
Yeah, I was gonna see if we had
Okay.
they had 2 pairs of those
Alright, so
boots.
what did you want?
I think we're cheap.
Okay, so at this store, it's cheap. But okay, so I just sold everything. He gave me money, and then I'm gonna ask him. I'm looking for just a simple blowgun
No gun.
with needles
Hand
too.
stuff and
Obviously,
blowgun.
some ammo.
Oh, obviously I have that over here back in the corner. A simple weapon for a simple girl.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, oh. And just as an extra touch, so I think the last item that you is a bag of gems that you throw on the table. So that's included in there too. So just, as that flavor touch, just
Okay, so I dump all this armor and like weapons and stuff on the.
I like gems for making jewelry. That's okay.
too late. We still have 3 large rubies.
Okay.
That wasn't on the sell list.
want to make a necklace.
Oh, we should keep a couple of gems for her. She's
3
been
large
wanting to make
rubies.
jewelry
We
for a
have
long
3
time.
large rubies.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And 4 gold rings. So
I want to
Okay.
make some stuff.
Okay, so I'm like throwing on this armor and these weapons and stuff, and he's like tallying it up. And then the last thing I do is I pull out this little bag and
Oh,
I dump some gems on there. And be like, and these too.
He goes, ooh, and yeah, your little mustache and beard kind of wiggle a little bit.
Okay.
So he scoops them across and you hear,
go get it.
he says, well, the blowgun for you, kind of leans in and squints. I'll give it to you for 8 gold, and then 2 gold for the ammo.
Okay, sounds good. But how much ammo am I getting for that cheap soul?
You're getting 100.
That's how much it is anyways. So,
So that was
perfect.
10 gold that we're subtracting.
Is this where you can sell armor, or is that a different shop?
You can sell it as long as it's not magic.
Sell it all here.
Non-magic.
Okay,
So
so I got 100 needles.
rewinding time, I would have like claimed a breastplate and then like cleaned my armor so it's sellable and not disgusting. So I
He
could like
doesn't care.
actually sell it. I mean, I
It's
still
bad,
would
he
have.
doesn't care.
So,
I
so
where are you
which
with
one are
it?
you
Yeah,
selling?
that's his laborer's
So
job.
I have basic chainmail, just heavy armor chainmail,
75.
a set of it,
Yeah.
and it's 75 gold worth.
Okay, go ahead and add that to your.
Okay, so
Um,
I'm selling it.
And then,
Are you selling your
yeah, so like
What was it?
I did the group selling, and then for me it's just leather.
10 gold?
And
You
it's
can add
10,
your.
yeah.
Remove and add $75. Oh, yeah, money.
Okay. So sold everything. I got what I needed. Had anybody asked for anything from this store?
I don't think
It's
so.
just
Can
a
I-
magic store that we.
As a group, can I have 100 gold pieces to buy components for a spell?
A spell.
A spell.
That wouldn't be here.
It's a good spell.
Component.
It's
What
a
type of components,
I need a
Would they be
100
magic?
gold piece worth of iron to do a certain spell.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah, he would have that.
Okay, so I need 100 gold piece
Yeah,
worth
absolutely.
of iron. Can I get that as a group? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
I think the last. I think
I think we have the coin to spend on it.
and I think when Aaron and I, we spent the most last time. I think we benefited the most. Val had bought something special last time, so yeah, I think to
Yeah.
be fair, yeah, you guys can spend.
Yeah, so when I get back to the magic place, or if I told you guys to
So
get
you
it
have
for
your
me,
coupon.
Yeah,
kind of
what,
thing.
what are we getting?
I
Is there
really
anything
want to
on it?
ask if there's a
100
longbow
gold.
of warning.
Okay. Longbow of what?
A longbow of warning. And it will benefit the group. Oh yeah. No one can ever surprise us.
Iron spikes of iron.
Alright, so we fast forward into
Iron gold.
But really, I just want it.
It makes me happy. Or sad. Which morning is it?
Warning.
A warning.
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 Like,
Does it glow like an elven blade or on orcs or something?
I don't
like
think
Sting.
I don't think it explained how it warns me.
Mr. Frodo, your sword!
That's basically what it
It's
is.
Gilbert Gottfried's voice. Hey, wait up!
Yes!
Yeah, just really.
Oh, I hope it is! That's amazing.
I will break that.
I will break that.
Oh, you guys are gonna love me as a DM.
Scroll up.
Especially on Enron, where magic is commonplace.
Oh, nice.
Did you look that up? It's not pulling up for me. I know
What,
it's a
me?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a rare or a very rare?
It's uncommon.
Oh,
It just
okay.
says
Perfect.
weapon longbow uncommon requires attunement ranged.
Okay.
Do a cool spell now.
Sounds good. Okay, so let's do the rest of the shopping here, and then we'll take a break. What's your you
Okay,
guys?
on to Elandor's bow.
It
Yep.
So we're gonna walk in
when we get there, I'll actually read the description so that people.
whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Alright, we're
You
gonna walk
guys,
in.
you guys enter in.
I think it's just me and Falco because we split.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
No way, I'm not touching that.
I
So
look.
we're gonna
Falco
walk in.
looks around and see things kind of on the floor. Things are
Yeah.
shelves are disheveled. It looks like.
She's gonna clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. It's like.
What went on here?
Yeah. Sounds like an exciting morning.
Oh, it has been. Yeah, happens every now and then. Some fool comes in, thinks they can nab something.
What a dumbass.
I know.
Can I give you a hand cleaning up at all?
Absolutely.
I take
Thank
you guys
gentlemen.
told me. this.
Alright, so I'll grab a broom and help her. So we just came back from Baddock's Blades there, and
Oh.
we sold a bit of items, and we've got a bit of coin to spend. So we're hoping that.
Coin is always welcome here, dude.
Oh, I know it's welcome here. So we have a few items we're looking for. First, before I forget, one of our compatriots was looking for a bowl of warning. Do you have anything like that? I believe it's a bow that is supposed to alert you when danger's about.
Indeed. We do have such a bowl.
Do you? Well, that's very good to hear.
Yes, that'll run you 800 gold though.
800?
800.
That is a lot.
That is a
Well,
lot.
We'll come back to that. I think.
If you're looking to spend more coin, you might get a good price.
Well, that in that case, the other things we're looking for is I was hoping you might have
Yeah, let's go list
at
the
least 2
prices
pairs
and
of boots that might increase a person's speed.
2 pairs.
As you can see, the legs are not the longest, and we've got another in the group that suffers from the same affliction.
So
I'm right here.
if
No,
he
you're not.
wears
I tap him on the head.
if he wears the left shoe and she wears the right,
Can we get half?
We're like,
Can we get like
we're
a lumbering?
hug arms like we're doing a 3-legged race.
Yeah, together we can get to
well,
the
your
front.
other boot can get normal.
We can get to the front.
Instead
When
of
they're
a-
twins unite.
Roll for
Instead
dexterity.
Instead of boots and bursting, it'd be like boots and spurting.
That would be amazing.
Oh yes, well I've got a couple pairs of those. So
Oh, perfect. I was hoping you had more than one. All right. So, we will take those, and also.
How much are they?
Oh, yeah, good
I said
question.
those are 300 each.
Oh, 300. Oh, that's right.
We should make
And
a
it's 2
list
for
of
one?
everything
I'm-
and then.
Doing
Yeah.
good.
So we've got the 2 boots. That's 300, and then the 800, and then.
Each.
Yeah. There's also. I think there was interest in a bag of holding,
Okay.
and there was.
It was me that. Yeah, because I'm not there.
Our friend, our elf friend, she's a bit peppy. Reminds me of you, actually. She's very sweet and very, very energetic.
Oh.
I believe she came through here earlier. She told me to ask you
Mary.
about a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful lass.
We're all very fond of her.
I got accosted by that gentleman that came in earlier.
Did she?
Indeed.
Did you get a good look at him? What do you look like?
Oh, I poked him in the forehead a few times. Something not right about him, but
Keep my
I
eye
sent
out
him
on
on
him,
his
because
way.
nobody touches Aranari and gets away with it. Can we give that to Mama? You point me in the direction, we'll take care of that asshole.
Oh, I don't know which way he crawled off to, but some sewer, I'm sure.
I'm sure he smelt like ours.
Over perfumed, I would say, actually.
Oh, rookie mistake. So,
Actually gets a whiff of it on it.
speaking of our mutual friend in Arian, she was asking about a ring of spell storage, if you have any.
A ring of spell storage. How many spells or what levels are you trying to store?
Depends on what you've got. You know, honestly, it depends on the price, actually.
Yeah, I've got.
Oh, wait.
It always comes down to coin.
I've got D. I think it's all the way here in the back. Here it is. Wait.
You know, the adventures make the economy go because we have to spend money to make it.
True.
Redistribute well and
Yes.
whatnot.
No, not in his mouth. Don't feed it to him. Thank you.
I do have a ring that stores spells. Those ones are a little harder to come by. It'll be 7,000.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it was a little.
That's a hard no.
You said 7,000?
Yeah.
We don't have enough in our entire inventory for even one of those, so we'll come back to that another time, maybe when we've got a bit more money.
Fat sellers.
What was the roll for it?
Really low on that too.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
Apparently those are real badass. Okay.
We'll be like,
Magical item.
we'll keep that one.
Maybe
in
just a
mind.
raggedy cloth for spell storage, maybe.
Again, she started to pull it out like before she was pulling rings and stuff out. She kept that one. Oh yeah, of course. We'll keep it here for you later.
All right. Don't mind holding it for a while. Then. I mean, if you have to sell it to others, I don't see us coming back for that for a while.
Okay.
That's a bit too rich for our
I
blood
look
as
over
of
at Phil.
now.
I look over at Phil. She's messing with you.
Well, I
She
get
kind of
nervous about
snickers and
Queen.
kind of.
Sorry, I get unraveled around cute ladies.
Oh, I'm taking sweetie.
So I hear.
Oh,
Baddock seems to be quite smitten with you. He pepped right up when I mentioned your name.
Flicks her hair, rustles.
He says hi, by the way.
Oh, indeed.
He always does. So, I guess just the boots and
Bow
What-
and bag.
the bag. Yes,
How much was the bag?
$300.
Three.
3.
What's that? 1,600 right there.
Yep.
17.
16.
16
And then-
without any discount for bulk, but that's a lot of money to spend. So maybe she might be. willing.
50%.
I thought it was
off.
300 for each pair of boots.
Yeah.
It is.
Uh-huh.
And then bags.
So
And
600.
So
And then
900 for the
700.
bag.
Oh,
and then
800 for
800.
the
And
bow.
then 800 for the bow.
Oh,
So it's
that
So that'd be
17.
17.
And then
If
are
we
we
got
doing
all
it?
those things.
Is there any discount for spending money?
Are you charismatic?
Total
Not bad.
price is 17 without any kind of.
Is that all you're
Adjustments.
looking for? Dude?
Make it an even
I believe so. I'm sure there. You know the way these things go, we always think of something cool as soon as we're not able to come back. So I'm sure we'll be back as soon as we're able
No,
for
you're
something.
always
But
welcome back here when you remember.
as of now, I don't think that there's anything else.
Well, as of now.
Unless you have something.
So I'll go ahead and
You
give
seem
this
to
to
be an
you.
expert in magical items. I'm not looking to sell this, but
Yes.
maybe some information. What can you tell me about this? As I basically drop my forearm gauntlet on the table or on the counter.
She kind of goes, ooh,
Meltdown.
you are a
Yeah,
lot.
honestly, yeah.
$50,000.
That's probably a better way.
I am.
You have been blessed, my dear. I suggest you wear it
Like
well.
giving my
It's-
bow to you guys.
it is a
and then,
bow
like, sell,
from
like,
your
trade this
deity.
If you guys
Use it
buy
well,
me mine.
protect it,
Because mine's worth
but don't misuse it either.
So it would only drop
Yeah, I would just.
When you say misuse,
Anything can be misused.
hmm,
The power comes from the heart and the deity.
but well, I've heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, just seeing if you
What
had
more are
heard
you
any-
seeking?
Any rumors, stories of how this has been used in the past, maybe, or anyone who
I'm
shown
not an
interest in
arcane
it?
specialist, but the rumors are that this gauntlet has been used to bring peace and end battles and wars. Fully completed, it is a very dominating weapon.
Have you heard any rumors about where?
Fully complete.
Oh, all the gems, of course.
Have you heard any rumors about where there might be any kind of such gems of power?
No, I haven't heard such gems. You'd have to speak more to the arcanists.
That's another stop while we're in Neverwinter. But I just thought I might pick your brain, while we're here. You seem very knowledgeable about magical items, so just throwing it out there.
So kind of like again.
I think we have a deal though for the rest of the stuff. That seems fair and reasonable, and let's
What was the final price?
1,800, 1,700.
That's without the discount.
1700.
Yeah.
Oh,
1700 with the discount.
oh, with the discount. Is there any way we can maybe do an exchange of services rendered? Do you have
What kind of
any?
services, sir?
Well, it depends on. I was just about to ask you if there's anything you need doing around town
bring me
or
that
outside of town. Do you need any things that we could keep a lookout for in our adventures that might tickle your fancy at all, or any problems you need to be taken care of that we could help you out
For the
with?
most part, I can handle myself. I took care of riffraff this morning, as I told you.
Not so much a lack of ability, but more of a time thing. I know you're very busy running your own store. It's a time-consuming venture, so maybe we can help free up some time for you in exchange for a.
For the most part, I have an individual for that.
Do you?
I do.
Who is it? We'll pick it up. No, I'm kidding.
I don't kiss and tell.
Oh, I think you just did. All right. Well, if that's that, then I think we'll take them.
Deal. All right.
Right.
Alright, so just for the group then, I'm zeroing out our platinum, because
Okay.
that's obviously, that's 1,300 worth right there, and then I'll drop our gold down another 400 to give us 1,208 gold, and then 213 silver, so right now we're sitting at 1,200 gold, plus a little bit more, but 1,200 gold.
We still have 1,200. Nice. Okay.
That's
I don't know if my
worthless stuff.
math is right, but
Yes, that is right.
That's actually awesome after buying
Cool.
things
Yeah.
now. Cool.
yeah.
Sounds good.
No, I'm just.
Okay.
So how much do the boots increase speed?
Okay. So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you now. You have.
So we have a bag of holding, a bow of warning, which we bring back to Whisper, and boots of
Boots of bursting. They are
bursting.
created. I will try. Oh,
Oh.
that reminds me. Take a picture of your medallion.
Yeah.
Send it to me, and I'll try and create it.
Yes, yes,
And I'll
yes.
try and create these.
I
They're
gotcha.
Boots of Bursting can double your speed for 6 seconds, once per short rest.
So 1 round.
How do I choose mine?
So it's not like a permanent like up your speed
I'll write
thing.
it. What?
It's not like a permanent up your speed thing. Okay.
But still,
Again,
they can get you into the
very
fight.
expensive.
I imagine.
for that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But sometimes the issue
Permanence
is
is a
him not even
level
getting
like
to the
15
fight.
thing.
Yeah, because
And higher.
Dole's got a little
Do
leg.
you want me to read
Yeah.
the description?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Since I
so
couldn't look it up, since I'm
with the longbow of warning, it says this magic weapon warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep.
That's awesome.
The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
Okay.
Oh, so that means we don't need to do watches anymore. Dude, that's baller.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's close together.
What?
Yeah, well, I mean, we always rest
Or
at the same
even
time.
if, like, if
That's what it
combat
sounds
begins with the person on watch, it'll
Yeah.
automatically wake everybody else.
It'll
Oh,
go,
if-
wake up!
Wait, say that
He
again?
goes,
So, like, if, say, it doesn't matter who's on watch, but
Yeah.
if someone's on watch and
They
like,
get into
Oh, so
a
somebody
fight.
still
you
does
still
it.
have to be on
starts.
watch, they just
Yeah.
can't be surprised.
Gotcha.
It's just they don't have to take like an action or a turn to be like, hey guys, I'm fighting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if
Alerts
I'm
us.
on watch, like, I can't be surprised.
Right, I get it.
And then everybody else will automatically wake up.
Hey John.
Do I have to choose what my bow does?
Yeah, you can choose the type of alarm. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to think about
absolutely.
It's like an iPhone. It changes every day. So I just
Foghorn.
randomly was like looking through my equipment. So I have like plain leather and a plain shield that they're each worth 10 gold. Can
Yeah,
I just like
so,
assume I
let's say you
sold them?
sold them, yeah.
Okay.
You
Oh,
threw it
speaking
in the
of
grinder and it
retcon,
spit out some cash.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like Goodwill. Like you drop it off and it just gives you money.
Because we were split for that, am I taking the risk that they bought me the bow and selling mine? Or do I have to wait until...
It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, you
Role
guys are
play
gonna
it.
meet up eventually, so.
Well,
you guys,
obviously I know
While
you
we're
guys
there,
bought it, but...
I've got one more thing to do.
Okay.
So I've got this sword that I've been carrying around for a while, but I haven't really gotten the opportunity to use it because it's a two-handed thing, and I'm a dual wielder. But I thought you might be interested in it.
What is it, dude?
It is, the Goblin Cleaver is what the name of the sword is.
Okay.
It's a sword that it does more damage to. It prefers goblinoid creatures.
Yum, yum.
Yeah. I think it was your first magical weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it for a while.
So you have some kind of handy
That was
bird identifier.
uncommon, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yay, I've got money.
Also,
we're thinking about it.
I don't
Sorry.
know. It was a custom item.
I
that you
pulled these
did.
out of the bag of holding. We have this sword, this staff, that
Mary Poppins.
we took off the necromancer and some orcs.
You forgot about the second stuff.
That we're hoping you might be able to help us quickly identify these. A little more quickly identify these.
Which, so.
So the scimitar and the two staves, the staff of swarming insects and the adder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I might be able to identify for a fee.
I'd rather just take the hour, honestly. How much
What's your
fee?
fee?
We're talking like a copper?
No.
2 coppers? I
You
just
drive a
kidding.
hard bargain, dear. It is entertaining at least.
You can't blame me for trying at least. I kind of kicked the dirt.
Depending on the item, it'd be a couple gold each.
Okay. I'll
10
just,
gold for the 3 of them.
10 gold for the 3 of them.
that's more than what she was asking.
Copper
I'll
gold.
do that.
A couple gold each.
Yeah,
Okay,
it would be
so
6 gold for 3 of
The
them.
3 items for 10 gold?
Couple is.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
3 items for 10 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. So remind me of the items.
So
There's
I had this the staff of adder,
the staff of swarming insects.
staff of swarming insects, and scimitar, but you never told us
Yeah.
what the scimitar
Okay,
was.
yeah. So you guys now know the staff of adder and the staff of swarming insects.
Okay.
You can look those up; those are in there.
Okay.
And the scimitar is
Staff of adder.
called the scimitar of wounding, which I never fucking got to use against you. Freaking missed everything, and I was worried. Anyway,
Oh, not scholar.
John.
Wait, are you talking about back when we almost died?
Sorry.
It was the last combat.
Oh,
we
got
identified.
it.
Just so I'm not doing anything that
Yeah,
you
we
don't
identified the
know
three
that I'm
things
doing.
that
Yeah.
I'm
we can
trading
have.
in 50 gold pieces to
I
get
identified.
5 platinum so that I have platinum on hand to melt
If you
down
exchange,
any
yeah, you
jewelry.
don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you.
So I
in
believe
one of
that
the stores I
I
did
believe
an exchange.
that
Here's the
concludes.
ATM in the corner.
Okay.
Just to speed
Little
things
bank.
along here, because we've been at the store for a long time. I believe that concludes our business.
Yes.
Sildar?
So there.
All right.
Awesome. Cool.
Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you. We will see you next time we're in town.
Perfect. Doing anything else?
I was just gonna say, because I finished my shopping and like selling and stuff, but at some point in the day, how long would it take to identify the pan food?
It takes an hour to identify something.
Okay, can I say that I'm identifying that?
Sure. Yeah.
Like I sell stuff and then I like. Did I take the cart with me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll say I like chill on the cart
Okay.
for an hour.
Yeah.
like,
So
identify
it's the
Pipes of haunting.
Huffing yourself.
You can look
types
that.
of haunting.
You
Yes.
can look that up.
Huh?
So at this point, we will go ahead and take a break.
Sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. That was.
Yeah.
I think that was
Pretty
good. Proficient and
Yeah.
little things.
Yeah,
like that.
and we
I
got some
love it.
cool stuff and still have a bit of money left over.